Hi everyone, this is my first ever video, I guess. My name is Lucas. I'm 19 years old. I've passed through so much in my life, and I would like to share a few things with you. And I would just like to be honest. First of all, second of all, I'm pretty sure you're gonna learn something here because I'm an experienced man. I'm not 30 years old. I'm 19, but I've passed through a lot of things, and I would like to share with you. So stick with me. I'm gonna show you something. So if you're a young man and well, you've dated a girl or you think about dating or you're dating, this video is for you. It's simple as that. So I've dated a girl for a year and a half and I've lost myself completely. And at the end of the relationship, I was realizing that I was losing myself and that it came with a high cost. And of course, a lot of nights I would spend nights without no sleep, some nights with a little bit of sleep, and I would have to work in the other day just by thinking how would be my life without her, because I knew something was wrong and I just couldn't quit, because I truly believe in love, and I also think love is also letting go, but is also sticking to the person even when it feels wrong, because love is not meant to be a feeling. Okay, it's meant to be something that you build with somebody. All right, so yeah, I've lost myself completely. I lost my identity. I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt empty most of the time. And I would see her only the weekends because I moved. I moved out of the city I was living, and I moved in with my parents, whatever. And I could only see her in the weekends because of my schedule, because of work, and it's kind of expensive to go there. It's an hour 30, so it's heavy. It's well, we work the whole week, and then the weekend you have to go somewhere for the full weekend. It's kind of tiring. It gets you tired. And a lot of days I didn't want to go, and I did go. I liked it. We had a lot of fun, a lot of times, but we kept arguing, argued a lot, and it came to our minds a lot of times like, oh, we should end this, it's not going to work out, but we always would stick to each other because we would try to find a solution, and it would happen often and often and often, but we always end up in fighting over things that sometimes would not even matter. And well, if you can relate to that, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's gonna work out. Because first of all, you need to find somebody that you can spend time with without feeling guilty to be there. Okay, that's super important. Super important. You also need to talk to the person who you love about your needs. If you don't talk about it, that's a second red flag. If you don't talk about your needs and every time you talk it becomes a problem, either you're married for the longest time, either it's not going to work out. And even if you're married for the longest time, it doesn't mean it's gonna work out forever. You just need to understand the game, you know? And well, if you guys are not curious about the same things, or you guys don't go on the adventures you used to go before, or as before, and life is just boring, well, then you gotta find new ways to have fun, right? And I don't mean arguing. Well, if you relate to any of this, I'm sorry. I don't think this is gonna work out for you, and I honestly wish you the best. But as the man, I have to tell you that you need to focus on yourself more, dude. You're losing yourself a little bit more every time. When those things they happen, and know they do hurt. Indeed, they hurt. You just gotta let it go at a certain point. You know, girls are important. It's important for a man to have a woman by his side, but it's also important for a man to have himself. So if you're not like an average guy who's just thinking about drinking and going out, and you're actually thinking about building something, you know your time is valued. You know it contains a lot of value. Your time. You're not just gonna spend it with anybody anytime. You know, after work you need to rest, and you know you need to go to the gym. I know you have that ritual, bro. You come after your job. You know you might lay down a little bit. You might cook something after you're gonna shower. Then you gotta go to the gym, or you're gonna do some sports because you know that matters. And then when the weekend comes, sometimes you just want to rest because you're trying to build something, you're trying to give performance, you're trying to be yourself, dude. And when somebody comes and take all of that space from you and you call that love because you like to be with them, because spending time with them is good. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's up to you. Everybody's case is different. But for me, is that she couldn't deal with my own time, and I couldn't do it for her own time because time for her meant being with friends, and my time meant enjoying myself. That's it, brother. That's a different path. It doesn't work the same way. And yes, I would like to see my friends more than what I do now. I don't even know if I have friends here. I cannot even call them really my friends. It's a new city. I have co-workers that I go out maybe once in a while. And my life is pretty boring at a certain point. It's been only 2 weeks since we broke up. I didn't even tell my parents yet because I don't even know how to tell them that. I found a way to move on before we even broke up, and I did. I detached, okay? And when we broke up, since then, I cried. Actually, I cried twice or 3 times. I cried 3 times because of it. Because it hurt me so much. The disrespect was so loud that I didn't care anymore. I just, every time it would happen, I stopped. I would just, well, she's just proving me that she's not for me. And me as a man, I had to step up. And I did. I stepped up. And that was right after her birthday, was the same week. Her birthday was the 2nd, and we broke up in the 7th. I knew we were gonna break up because I made myself a promise. I'm not staying with this girl for 1 more month. I'm stopping it because it wouldn't work out. But I also promised myself that I would spend her birthday. I would try to be as normal as I could, and I would give her gifts because I knew she wanted. And I loved her, dude. I tried loving her a lot, but she hurt me as fuck. And we tried fixing it a lot of times and it would never work because she would understand me as a man, as who I am, my necessities. When your necessities are based on who you have around you, you're not strong. You're not strong. I want you to be able to deal with yourself, with your own thoughts alone. If you're not able to do that, I don't have great news for you. You have to build something solid. You cannot even spend your own life with yourself. That's crazy, right? That's how fucked up our generation is. At the end of the day, you came alone and you're gonna go alone because that's life. When they die, you don't die, but when you die, it's done. Understand that? Howsoever, priorities, well, different for everyone. So just try to find somebody who have similar ones to you or the same values. Important to go to the gym. It's important to spend time with friends, but when every day looks like you're living, I don't know, in a hangout, that's completely different. Us, when we have responsibilities, we do know indeed that we don't have that much time anymore because we need time for ourselves. We need to rest. We need to rest from different people. We need to rest from other people. We need to sometimes even rest from ourselves. And rest mean different things. Sometimes it's sleeping, sometimes it's cooking, sometimes going to the gym, and sometimes indeed is going out with a friend. It's normal, but it just cannot depend on other people all the time. Okay? And on the outside things, okay? Your body, your soul, it's the temple. You need to take care of it. And I also mean your mind. You need to take care of it all. Like sometimes when life gets hard, people they tend to maybe cry or react over the bad things that happen to them. And nothing wrong with reacting to it, but I often see things as they should be seen. I look at it without feelings and I analyze it. And that doesn't mean I have no feelings. I do have some. I might cry. I don't know. It depends of the situation. but I try to use logic often or faith because I'm a man of faith. I see things differently than people who don't have faith because I do have values. I know behaviors that are actually hurting yourself, that are actually hurting me. And when I see it in somebody who I love, I'll try to warn them. But it's often misseen. They think I'm doing it because I don't like them. Also, you need a certain level of maturity. Maturity. Yeah, it's important. It's really important. And also, something I would like to add for the red flags, if you have no deep talks with the person who you love. I didn't have a deep talk in the longest time. It would only happen when something really deep would happen in my life or their life. And I would never be able to tell what was wrong in their life because it's their life. So what's the point? I'm here for no reason. I'm the man. And I'm not being sexist here. Okay, I'm not trying to be sexist, but I'm trying to tell you I do have a brain and I want to protect you from other things. It's either you listen to me, either you don't. And if you don't, it's fine. As soon as you don't do something to hurt me after. Because I'm pretty sure there's plenty of women and also men who, after you tell them something, they're going to use that against you after. And that's also another red flag that I would like to add up. But, well, I'm a Christian. Values are different from anybody else. What I follow is not, I don't follow no religion, even though I said I'm Christian. I follow the Bible, as simple as that. I follow the Bible, Jesus Christ is my Savior and my Lord, and I'll try to follow it as much as I can. I do fail, I do have a lot of temptations, I do go wrong often, but nothing changes my mind from what is right and what is wrong. So, yeah, y'all, that's today's video. I hope you liked, and you probably didn't because I said something that hurt your feelings. And if I did so, it's fine. There's a lot of life coming to you, Lou, bro. There's a lot of life. Time is not done yet. Time is not up. You have a lot of time, and enjoy it as much as you can with yourself. Add some people to it. It's gonna make it better. But do not depend on them. Don't tell them that they are your life because your life is yours and only yours. And if you can give it to God, that's even better. Well, take care, everyone. Hit the gym. Pay attention to the person you're with, and try to be happy. Bye.